One of my guilty pleasures in this lifetime is seeing a white trans person on my For You page. If I press their account and they don't have a lick of politics on that story, I press that block button every single time. What a white trans person is gonna do is piss me off.
Clearly, a white trans person is going to piss you off because you're racist.
We know white women will not do it. All they care about is enriching themselves and building generational wealth for their own family. That is all they care about.
White people who cannot give me money are quite frankly useless to me. Hey everybody, welcome back to Normal Gays, where we take on insanity. I'm Brad here with Clarkson.
What's up, guys? Make sure you join as a member because we're figuring out how homophobic we are with an actual test.
Like a scientifically, academically certified test, and we're going to take it and see how homophobic we are.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's just for members, as well as our voicemail episodes where we got educated on our fat phobia, and we reacted to confessions, including somebody telling us about why they murdered their ex's fish. Anyway, all that's just for members. Become one now. We're going to do a drag episode at 2,000 members, and we're at 1,500. So make it happen. In the meantime, we're going to react to more TikToks. Some of these are actually technically Instagram videos. First, Clarkson, I have never before seen this in the wild, but this creator has faery pronouns.
Faery?
Yeah, so the user is trans game gal, and she has the pronouns as she, her, fair.
I'm tired. I've seen frog. Actually, I feel like I have, you know what? Unfortunately, I have seen this in the wild because the girl who does the frog self has done one on fairy pronouns.
But she doesn't herself use fairy pronouns.
What is it? I don't understand what this is to them. Like, what? It's just a challenge on seeing what you can convince people to do at this point. Like, if you can convince people to call you fey faux femme or whatever it is, then honestly, yeah, honestly, at that point, I kind of get it. Like, it's a game.
Well, anyway, let's watch her video and get educated.
One of my guilty pleasures in this lifetime is seeing a white trans person on my For You page, in my comment section, whatever the case may be. And if I press their account and they don't have a lick of politics on that story or in the next 6 posts that they have, they have on their account, I press that block button every single time. You will not put your white bullshit propaganda on my feed. I don't give a I don't care what is happening in your life. If you're not being political at all, that block button belongs to you, okay? Because there's no way that there is so much stuff happening in this world and you don't have a single political thing to say. None. Zero. It's nothing but silly, funny, haha jokes. It's nothing but beauty pageants and contests. Like, you have literally nothing to say ever. Block button's my best friend. I'm telling you. White people, you're not funny. You're not cool. You're not creative. I don't give a If you're white and trans, you're not political, that block button is coming your way. Curveball style, bro. And I'm telling you, you can really say anything. There's so much things to be political about, but what a white trans person is gonna do is piss me off. I'm telling you.
Clearly, a white trans person is gonna piss you off because you're racist. Also, you're doing them a favor, honey.
Also, how are you gonna be a she, her, and you can't shave your stubble?
She's not a she, her. She's a fey faux femme.
I guess then just do whatever the you want. But
I guess trans people aren't allowed to have their own lives.
They're not allowed to exist and be normal otherwise and just, have hobbies.
Why would you want your community to be depressed all the time with politics? I don't get it.
Also, as if posting on social media about politics means you're making a difference, and that somebody who doesn't post couldn't be volunteering.
As if what you're doing is activism, fee faux femme.
Oh my God.
Come on.
And you just seem so racist against white people.
Yeah, I mean...
You're like, white people are not funny. You are all...
I think people should post less about politics, if I'm being honest. And that's coming from somebody who posts...
Trans... Do we need more social media posts from trans people?
Well, I think maybe from normal trans people, yeah, actually. But they have lives, and that's why.
Actually, though, it would help the trans community if they posted more non-political things. If they posted the exact opposite of what this person is saying.
I follow a lot of trans creators who do funny skits and stuff, and the people I see in their comment section, they'll joke about being a man and stuff like that because they know that that hits the funny bone of the culture right now.
Sure.
And the comment section is surprisingly so loving because humor actually unites people because they put their guard down. So posting about politics is a good idea.
This creator would go to their page and be like, I look at your story and a couple posts and I don't see anything about Palestine. Block.
Yeah, absolutely not. I'm curious as to how they arrived at faery pronouns though, because fairies are supposed to be positive. You know? I don't know.
Anyway, a couple comments that I actually thought were interesting. This person got some pushback. My profile matches your description, I guess, but I don't think a single person who knows me would call me apolitical. I feel like we're making assumptions based on not enough info here.
Yeah.
Ooh, getting eaten up.
Shocker.
Yeah.
I'm so shocked that this person is making assumptions without any information.
Yeah, it seems out of character
I
for a fair.
I would have never guessed.
Another person who's a lefty with a Palestine flag in their bio wrote, "You don't need to post about politics constantly to be a good activist. On the contrary, posting photos and videos of protests, mutual aid, and anti-capitalist gatherings can jeopardize the movement."
Correct.
Well, if you're doing that would be reflected upon you negatively, maybe, but...
Well, I think that, like, if you actually want to influence culture, you need to influence culture. You can't just be posting about politics all the time, or you're only going to be influencing people who are already interested in politics.
Correct.
So
did you hear what happened to Graham Plattner in Maine?
I did, and I'm so happy that I never stood up for the guy, because I have a lot of Democrat friends who are now eating their words.
Well, it's like, if only there were some red flags that he might not be a great dude.
Yeah.
But the Democrats did replace him. So they have a new candidate named Troy Jackson, and he now is the favorite. If we're looking at the odds with our channel partners at Kalshi, for the Maine Senate winner, Troy Jackson is at 66%, and Susan Collins is just down to 34%. I personally would not count her out. She's been pretty resilient in the past, and who knows what will come out about this other guy. But if you want to follow along with the future of politics, it's happening on Kalshi. Go ahead and download the app or click the link in the description and use code BRADP when you sign up to get $20 free when you trade $20 now. Now back to the show. In fact, some of the more people who've, as of late, who've had a big influence on politics are people who become cultural icons in a slightly non-political way and then dip into politics. You look at like a Theo Vaughn.
Yeah, they like start the pipeline into that side of politics. Like Trump basically, I wouldn't say he won because of it, but like
it helped.
His popularity skyrocketed because those types of people dipped their toe into politics and said, hey, some of the stuff he's saying is correct.
Yeah.
And then it follows from there.
But if they had only just posted about politics the whole time and not become relevant through other things,
yeah,
it's just an interesting perspective. Anyway, somebody else commented, some of the most politically informed and active people I know don't post any of it on their social media. Bingo. Mm-hmm. I think judging someone's politicalness based on how many infographics or engagement bait reels they throw up on their feed or story is just dumbing down political activism to social media performance. Damn. Ate and left no crumbs.
Yeah, that's accurate.
And I'm sure that fairy was looking for crumbs. All right, come on. I can make fat.
That was good.
If you have fairy pronouns, I can make fat jokes about you.
Yeah, you can.
That's the rule.
Well, I called them fee-fi-fo-fum, so I don't think I'm guiltless here.
Here's what I found funny. I found a comment that was critiquing that person from an outflank even more woke.
Okay.
So you are light-skinned. Being a light-skinned person, there's no difference. You both have privilege. Neither of you guys are dark-skinned. So white and light-skinned, you both have privilege, so there's no difference. So that person is not even POC enough. They're still privileged because they're light-skinned, not dark-skinned.
They eventually come for you.
That's the thing.
There's always going to be a competition on who's the most oppressed, and you're never going to win. Because the double amputee, like, dark-skinned, trans, non-binary, blind person is always going to be at the top, and then somebody's also going to become deaf who has all those things, and they win. So it's the same thing.
Or like Jack Squared, become selectively mute.
Oh yeah, selectively mute. They'll stop talking and buy a keyboard like Stephen Hawking. And you guys think I'm crazy, but like these are real people who do this. We have reacted to them. We have.
All right.
They pretend they can't walk. And then when they go, and then she goes and gets to a dressing room and stands up to try on a dress on Instagram.
Didn't you go viral once for telling a girl she doesn't
need a wheelchair? I didn't tell her she didn't need a wheelchair. She showed us she didn't need a wheelchair by standing up. She's like, oh, outfit of the day. I'm trying on clothes. And then she goes, I'm like, what the is your wheelchair for? You just didn't want to walk?
Can we please find that and insert that?
Yeah,
video?
We got to find it.
Now, this creator is claiming they don't know how to talk. They need their board to communicate. But also, this creator's in a wheelchair. What are the odds that you're Muslim, that you can't walk, you can't talk, and you're trans. God's gotta hate you. I'm a little bit curious about this one, especially because she can stand. Oh, let me roll my wheelchair into this dressing room and then stand up and say, oh, sorry, you're not gonna say anything. Tap my iPad and say, I like this dress.
God, I have to wipe my tears. Your old TikTok makes me laugh so hard.
I was really coming for them, but now I can't find them anywhere. I scared them all off the internet.
And they all have you blocked.
Yeah.
So you need a burner account. Anyway, here's a second video. This one is from Christabel Minta Nwanko. Nope, sorry. Her name is Christabel Minta Galloway, and she is a educator.
No.
African lesbian storyteller. She works on collective liberation.
No.
And she has she, her, hers pronouns. Okay.
It's not too bad, but I already know where the vibe's going, I feel like.
All right, should I read you the caption first, or do you want to see the video?
Let's read the caption for video.
Okay.
The only way white people can get free is if they have a regular habit and custom of paying black women, black trans people, black femmes for their work. That's it. Nothing else matter. You can feed the poor. You can do your little charity things. None of that is consequential. Black women, black trans women, black femmes, and indigenous women as well have a track record and a persistent commitment to collective liberation. Everything we do for 95% of us, forget the 92%, for more than 95% of us is geared towards collective liberation. Be it how much we spend on our families, in our communities, how much we give of ourselves all the time. And the biggest barrier to us doing the good work we need to do in this world is a lack of access to funds. We know white women will not do it. All they care about is enriching themselves and building generational wealth for their own family. That is all they care about. We have history to support us
as
on
if that's
this
a crime.
Again. So if we're saying that access to monetary resources is the only barrier to black women doing the work that they have always done, which is collective liberation for all, including white folks, then the chief way to accelerate and achieve collective liberation is to making sure that we are resourced.
So as a white person, I definitely trust you when you say that you have my best interest in my liberation. So I'll send you money. Like, how is this a good marketing tactic? You want my money, but you're telling me...
You literally say white women are selfish pieces who will never do anything positive. So now you white women out there, give me money.
And then I'll liberate you.
Your version of liberation?
Liberate as
dystopian.
in... Yeah, liberate as in what? Also, I hate when people say, like, white people only care about themselves. And it's like, and building money for their family. Is that a crime?
Also, everyone wants to take care of their family and build wealth. That's not a white people thing.
That should be
like no other group of people could you just speak about this way. Like white women blanket statement. What?
White women care about their families?
Yeah. Oh no.
I'm sorry that like a single or like a mother who is a middle class mother doesn't give her money to black people.
This bitch was like, it doesn't matter if you're feeding the poor. The most important thing is giving me money.
Because she's going to liberate all of society. She will.
Meanwhile, she's like, it's about like collective liberation and POC and all this. Meanwhile, if you're actually feeding the poor, you're probably feeding black people. You're probably feeding black people.
Correct.
Like in the soup kitchen, all this. You're like actually helping people. She's like, no, funnel the money through me and my grifting workshops and everything. And then I'll collectively liberate everyone.
I heard educator in the name, that's when you know. That's when you know.
Wait, let's go to the caption. Oh my God. I am teaching a live workshop on relational skills for liberation, a workshop that tangibly changes how people relate to themselves and each other in order to build infrastructures of care that render empire obsolete. Comment workshop for the link to sponsor a ticket or two. White people who cannot give me money are quite frankly useless to me. Bitch.
So, of course, there's a plug for her thing.
Of course, there's a paid course. And if you don't give her the money, you're useless, even if you feed the poor.
I mean, did she get traction with that or no?
I don't know. Let's see how many. I think she has a decent following. Hang on, scroll up here. She has, oh my God, almost 200,000 Instagram followers. White women are so fucking gullible.
Do you know what? Send them the money, white women.
You
deserve it.
You deserve it. Actually, you deserve to be belittled and degraded.
Because clearly it's your kink at this point.
That's the thing, is the white women sending her money literally have a white savior kink, and she is being
Which is so funny because it's literally still selfish of them, because the only reason they're sending you money is to make themselves feel good about themselves.
And instead of when they could actually be helping people, but she's like, no, don't do that. Just send me the money.
No, don't feed the poor. Send me money so I can yell at white people and call them selfish on the internet and call that education.
Also, like, tell me more about how you're gonna end empire, bitch. Like,
yeah, I want to actually. You know what? If I send you money, I want to know your concrete plans of what you're gonna do.
I bet you her collective liberation that she has in mind is probably fucking dystopian.
It's probably just like racism of 100 years ago reversed. That's all. Like, a lot of these.
She just wants to be the slave master and have white women picking cotton.
Well, that's the thing, is that they aren't actually fighting for an equal future. They're fighting for it to be flipped on its head.
Mm-hmm.
They don't believe in equality, because if they did, they would treat everybody equally.
They believe in equity.
Yeah, and inevitably equity leads to an imbalance.
Mm-hmm.
It does. So they don't want a future of equality. So that's why when white people give in to them, it pisses me off so much, because I'm like, you can want equality without literally advocating for your own erasure. And not white people like erasure, but like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, it was those gullible white people who bought all of Robin DiAngelo's books, like The White Fragility Lady, and who made like Ibram X. Kendi's book a bestseller or whatever. It's like they promoted toxic, anti-racist, like reverse discriminatory, all this stuff that just makes everything more inflammatory and heightens the divides between these groups.
Yeah.
And is explicitly like anti-colorblindness, anti-equality.
Yeah.
The people that push that, there was like, it's not black people who pushed those books to the top of the Amazon bestseller lists. No. It wasn't black people who made those like company-wide reading for Fortune 100 companies. By and large, it was gullible ass white people who encouraged this. How does this woman have 200,000 Instagram followers?
That's insane. With the video we just saw, she has 200,000 people.
That's double what I have.
And that makes me think that, like, because I sometimes get some level of importance from the fact that I have people following me. I'm like, oh, I might be credible.
It actually means absolutely
nothing. It means
nothing.
nothing. It means nothing. I could be really stupid and I wouldn't know. So that's what I learned.
Okay, well, we're going to leave it there. That was interesting. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Make sure you're subscribed if you aren't yet. Do hit the like button. And do become a channel member. We got so much coming down the pike for members. We've already done crazy voicemail episode learning about our fat phobia, reacting to your confessions, including about murdering fish. And coming this weekend, we're going to have we're going to take our homophobia test.
Yeah.
We're about to do that right now. Are you excited?
Yeah.
All right, guys. With that, we'll be back with more real soon. Become a channel member if you haven't yet, and we'll be back with more soon.